My name is Zoe, and in today's video we're going to be looking at a really fun veil movement, the envelope. So this is a move where we kind of hide ourselves in the veil. So there's so many things you can do with veil, right? Like, so the classic things we would think about are maybe, these movements where we're sort of not throwing the veil around, but, giving it a lot of air and movement, and veil is great for that. But we can also use the veil in so many other ways. We can frame our body with it. We can hide ourselves in the veil, and that's kind of what this movement is about. So let's get started. So take your veil, and you want to hold it behind you. Make sure you have approximately the same amount of veil hanging over each end. And now what we're going to do is bring the hands together. You're going to bring one hand mostly towards the other hand here. And now I'm going to grab, with this hand, I'm going to grab the other section of the veil. So now I've got both parts of the veil in this hand. The other hand that was on the veil, I'm going to keep my thumb on top, and I'm going to slide it out along the veil as I kind of pull the other hand out. So sliding out, keeping my thumb on top, that's going to help me maintain. Now, as you can see, I am wrapped in my veil and in this envelope, why we call it the envelope. As I slide it out, I'm also going to lift it up. So here, I'm hidden in the veil, and then I'm going to bring it down in this really fun way. But first, so when you're up here in the envelope, you can also turn around, maybe, a few times. And then, again, making sure you have space here in this hand, the one that came out. So you're going to bring the veil down here. And this takes a bit of practice. You want to make sure you get the top of the veil taut and resting on your head, and the bottom of the veil you can let fall. And then you have this beautiful wrap that I love. I love the way this looks. And you can add maybe some hip eights here, so you probably can't see that well, but I'm doing like this here. Or, let's go back. So here, you can do maybe chest movements. Also would look really cool with this movement. So there's that. And then to get out of this, there are different ways to get out of it. What I would like to do, take this free hand, release this part of the veil that it was holding out, grab again, take back the part of the veil that we originally had, and release that from my hand. So now I have the veil in the normal position, and I can just bring it back. Or what I like to do is a little more dramatic, sort of throwing it back here, circling my arms and my elbows to bring that veil back. So let's do that again. So coming to the envelope, both hands together, sliding the hand out, lifting the veil up. There's our envelope. We can turn. And then coming down. Again, this one takes a bit of practice, trying to find that sweet spot where you get the veil on your head. You can do little hip movements or chest movements here. Grabbing the veil and releasing. So let's try that one more time. Here, sliding, coming up. Turn maybe a few times. This looks really cool. You can even turn more. And then let's start that hip movement as we bring the veil down if you want. I know it's a lot at first, so you don't have to do the hips. Do that for a while and then releasing. Now, you can just practice that if you want, but I'm going to give you a final little thing that I love to do for this. So if I just do the envelope, I'm just standing here doing this. Here. Okay, it's still, you can do it for sure, but it's a bit like everyone can see what you're doing. So what I personally like to do is have my veil and do this whole wrap as I'm turning around. So I would turn towards the side that I'm going to close on, and I'm just turning and manipulating the veil as I turn, coming up, and I'm in my envelope, and then coming down. So this is a huge thing with veil. We do a lot of veil manipulation while turning, so nobody can see what we're doing. So it's a great skill to work on once you've got the basic envelope movement down. So again, we release, and then turning. Turning is also a good time to kind of straighten out the veil, or if there's any veil issues. Coming to a stop, hips, and coming down. So much fun. I absolutely love this movement. You're probably only going to use it like once per song. It's not really a movement you use a lot because of the kind of surprise factor, but it looks so cool. And with practice, like all veil movements, it's just a matter of practice, and you can get it, and you'll have so much fun with it. So let's put on some music and try that out. You do not have to do the turns. You don't have to do the hip movements. The important thing is just that basic envelope part. But if you want, of course, you can add the turns and add the hips. So let's put on some music and try that out. So that was the veil envelope movement. Such a fun movement. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, that it was helpful for you. If you did, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel, share with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and happy practicing.